check. Are we in this? Are we in this? Are we clear? Are we clear? Yo,
Cool.
caw. You ever been out the ends and heard that and been like, yo, like,
Yeah.
it's mad, isn't it?
Speaking of me, you talking to
When you
me?
first realized that was universal, it's like, hold on, wait. What?
Wait a minute.
Man, then, yeah, me. Anyway, people, I go by the name of Zeus, aka Guyver.
And it's your boy Drizzy Freckles, aka the Golden Child.
And we're here, man. We're back for another one, man. You already know how we do, yeah? Because we don't miss a beat. That's what we don't do. We don't miss a beat. You already know what time it is. Man like Golden Child, how is life, my brother? How you doing, man?
Life is good, but I like this period of the year because we start getting a lot of content in regards like things to watch.
Yeah.
It always saves stuff for like summer,
The last
and then
quarter.
they go, and then last quarter, that's when they really start to
Pure
release
movies in your head,
stuff.
top pure movies. Because it ain't been the greatest year.
Movies.
It ain't been the greatest year for movies, but let's hope that we close out the year on a high. That's all we're asking for. Just some good content so we can review. So we can do our job properly.
Ask for. Yeah. The weather, we've been getting a little bit of rain, but it's not as drastic as it normally is around.
I feel it's gotten a bit colder though. Like,
yeah, but I'll take that.
The temperature dropped. The temperature dropped. I'm hoping we could avoid some snow, but that could come in February for all we know. You already know British weather. That's how we do.
It's true.
But
imagine if it snowed at Carnival. Imagine that. Like the forecast is gonna be a beautiful day, and then Carnival Sunday just starts snowing, bro.
I'm still outside. I'm still outside.
I got a ski mask, but I don't ski.
Don't make a difference. Don't make a difference to me. I'm still outside. Slipping, sliding, grinding, all that. You hear me? What we doing?
She's like, why are your waist so tough? It's like, sweetheart, it's the conditions, you know. It's cold.
Core.
You know, warm up right now.
You gotta use the core now. I'm using my core to hold this wine right now. It's core. This boom. All in the shoulders. You know what I'm saying? All right, people, man. Anyway, how have I been? I've been well, man. I've been good.
Sorry, bro. How you been?
Nah, man, I'm playing. I'm playing.
Yo.
Hey.
How you been, sir? How you been, bro?
I've been all right, man. I've been good, man. Should we get straight to some news?
All right, let's get to some news, people. So you know the vibes already. We're going to tell you some things that we think you need to know or deserve to know. Now, on a previous episode or two, I made a bold prediction.
What was the prediction?
Just said, well, I predicted that Disney are going to still keep monkey footing it through this year. They've had some heavy bombs. Like Disney Studio has been keeping the lights on for cinema in regards to numbers. And I predicted maybe 2 or 3 shows ago that Moana 2, if it's good, could potentially be another $1 billion entry for Disney. And
you did say that.
Disney have 7 of the top 10 movies that have made $1 billion plus.
So moving like Kendrick. Moving like Kendrick. 7 in the top 10, yeah?
Brother,
clean up.
Squabble up.
Imagine that. Just a few years ago, we was like, right, is cinema still a thing? Are we still trying to go cinema? Is that what we're doing? We obviously are. We
are, man.
Date night will never fail. Yeah?
Never fail in the cinema, man. Date night will never fail. Netflix and chill's good.
Yeah.
There's something about
that. We gotta go outside in the real world. Nothing beats a good old cinema date night. Nothing.
You know what I'm saying?
Don't have to talk for about 2 hours. What? What's going on? Anyway, say no more.
This is what a life to live, huh? So Moana is just kicking ass. Wicked's probably gonna make $1 billion as well because that's just getting rave reviews.
It is.
So keep an eye on that. Like by the end of this month, maybe I'm giving it a bit too much juice, but yeah, I think Moana's definitely gonna get $1 billion sooner rather than later. Yeah.
Anyway, what we here for, man?
We're here to review. Now this character has been portrayed from my understanding, at least twice on the big screen.
Did Morgan Freeman play him?
First. That's the first person from my understanding. Yeah. And a man like he left the dress in the closet
your boy.
and put on a suit.
Your boy Tyler Perry.
Tyler Perry's in that, and then now we get this another reiteration of this character, but it's man like Aldous Hodge. Now that name probably doesn't ring a bell to you.
It should.
But Aldous Hodge
It
should.
should.
You know his face.
Yeah,
You probably just
yeah,
can't put the
yeah.
name to the face.
Mhm.
The last thing you saw him in, and I think he killed it in that role, and it made me think, maybe they should cast him as Black Panther. Who knows? He was in Black Adam as Hawkman, but he's now back on our screens, on the small screen, as they say, TV screens, and he's now playing the fictional character known as Mr. Alex Cross.
Alex Cross. Sound a big thing there.
Segway King, Alex Cross, Wakanda Forever. I'm just saying. But anyway, so this is on Prime Video.
I think other than Lord of the Rings, this is some of the most this is probably the biggest promo I've seen Prime do.
Absolutely.
I have
some
seen
buses.
this.
Yeah.
I have seen this everywhere. Like
Yeah.
kudos to Prime. They have
Yeah.
it appears that they have put some money behind this. Because
Yes.
I have seen this Cross poster everywhere.
Everywhere. Yeah.
Everywhere.
Where do you want to go with this?
Well, let's start from the tippity top. Let's start from the synopsis and then go to the cards,
Of
and then
course.
yeah, we'll go into it smooth because I got one or two dislikes as well. I got one or two gripes as well.
Say no more.
But we'll get there. So this is, if you don't know the Alex Cross story, this is from a novel. James Patterson. Have you read the book at all?
No, but this show, if anything, this show makes me want to read the book now. I'll be honest. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know that's a spoiler, but that
Yeah.
has made me very inquisitive to go read the book.
Yeah.
Well,
And so this is literally about a detective called Alex Cross. He got those superpowers.
his superpower is his mind.
Yeah, it's like they have.
His attention to detail.
Yeah, that is the angle that they've kind of gone with this character. He's more of a detective that uses his psychological analysis in the way he solves the crime and just looks a bit deeper than that. As you said, this stars Hodge. Also stars Isaiah Mustafa. Strong name.
Yeah, strong.
First of all, what do we think about those two characters? Because they are pretty much the two main detectives. I'll start with Hodge. I thought he played a very strong role. Like you said, he played a very good version of Alex Cross. To the point where I'm not even too sure if I remember Tyler Perry's version. But I thought he suited this role perfectly. Like every time he was on camera, he dominated. He was strong. I thought it was a good portrayal of a strong black man in that sort of role, because that's not something we're seeing every day. In fact, together with him and his partner, I thought was something to see. You know, it was almost like about time that we've gotten two characters that ain't two foo-foo boys. You know, two idiots. You know, it's like it's about time we got some characters that represented something that we represent, something that we can be proud of, you know. So
I was gonna say detectives. I was gonna say I ain't no detective. But
nah. I mean, the role is the role. You get me? The gig is the gig.
Yeah.
But just in terms of, and I think I suppose we owe a bit of that to Ben Watkins, the creator, who I believe also, if I'm correct, was involved with the Wu-Tang. The Wu-Tang saga.
I like that.
Just
I
trying
do
to
like
get, what did you think?
I don't think there's too much more I can add to what you said, you know? Like, I agree with everything you said, man. Like, you know, it's sad to feel like this, but it's like, when you see two black leads in something, you're like, all right, is one gonna be a snitch? Is one working with an ulterior motive? Is he gonna backstab him, or is he gonna? Do you know what I'm saying? Or are they gonna demasculate him? Or do you know what I'm saying? And I shouldn't feel like that, but you know,
No, it's
It's
something
always
that
in
you
the back
always
of your
got in the
mind.
back of your mind. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Well, it's
and I feel
funny.
like we.
It's funny for a moment, not even jumping the gun too much. I did think his boy was Dodge for a minute. Like for one or two
Yo,
episodes, I did think he was like, I was like, nah, I don't know. Is he working for the others, sort of thing? Because just backtracking a little bit, just moving past the cast, like the look of this. So this was set in what we know it to be as the Chocolate City, which
yeah,
is DC, and it reflected that in the show. This was a very black show. I'm not too sure if I've seen anything blacker since Luke Cage. Um, so that was something to see that we don't always see. So I feel like that set the tone of what this show's foundation was about. Because even with that, a lot of what this started from and a lot of the problems came from black community issues.
yeah.
That was something that they still tackled in this, even though I feel like that was, well, it's always a topic, but it was a lot stronger of a topic a few years ago. That show kind of brings back that kind of awareness and kind of conversation surrounding different issues and just the friction between the police and the communities, especially in
Yeah.
America.
Just on that, I like the fact that they didn't sweep it under the rug because even with Alex Cross's situation, even with the reputation he has in DC, when that certain situation happens, even he's catching the smoke. Like
Yeah,
they don't
yeah,
care,
yeah.
and they're like, "Yo, you're siding with the enemy, so you're technically like an Uncle Tom. Like you might look like us, but you're working with them." So
Yeah.
yeah, he was catching smoke as well, and I like the fact that it took a while. He didn't just get it back straight like that. It took a while for him to gain that trust, and you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's always interesting when they have those takes with the black officers inside the
Yeah,
black communities and how they're looked upon and how they
yeah.
have to work maneuvering through those types
Oh,
of
that's yeah,
situations. It's like I don't really feel sorry for them at all, but it's just interesting to see how how they have to deal with those kind of things. I thought the dynamics between the characters were very good. The dynamic between him and his partner was great.
great.
Um, I love the relationship between him and his kids because Alex Cross, he wasn't a perfect guy. He wasn't
No,
a perfect dude. And I thought they did a good job in showing you how hard it was to deal with what he had gone through, which I don't want to give away just in case you haven't seen,
yeah,
and how he was dealing with that while still on the job and having a family. Um, they did a good job in showing that it's not gonna be easy, but you still got to rock on. He had a good family unit around him, which was
yeah, yeah.
interesting to see.
Agreed, agreed.
Shout out to the daughter. What was her
Yes.
name?
Uh,
Melody Hurd.
okay, yeah.
I've seen her before. Have you seen them? With
Yes.
that, she's in
With
them.
Bashi, yeah.
Yeah, she's in them.
Okay,
Well, I kept
okay,
seeing
all
her,
right.
and she's also in Fatherhood with Kevin Hart.
Okay, okay.
So I kept seeing her. When I kept seeing her face, I was like, "No, I know this character. I know this character." And then when I looked her up,
Yeah,
I was like, "Ah, that's why." Because she's very impressive every time she's on cam. She's very impressive.
yeah. I
Like
didn't
for a
appreciate
child
that.
actor, I'm not the biggest fan
Yeah,
of child actors all the time, but when they do job, they do job.
you got to get him
Also,
show
shout
credit
out to
props.
the son. He played a really good part as well. I thought that, yeah, like I said, I thought that whole family dynamic represented very well. Like
Realistically, it was realistic. It was a
yeah,
realistic.
yeah,
It was a realistic family dynamic where it's like everyone's dealing with this in their own way. And there was something that happened with the son when he got called into the principal's office, and you're like, well, why wouldn't the son do that if it's related to a certain situation? But then you realize that certain situation unravels to something else. But
yeah,
yeah, the daughter was a daddy's girl, but she wasn't like a like she had a certain independence to her. But yeah, nah, that was again great writing. Great. It all comes down to the writing, and it was a very well written show with showing a single father dealing with a situation that happened and how he's handling dealing with his kids as well as being the guy man in this at this police department.
100%. I thought the storyline had a good pace to it.
Yep.
It didn't feel like it was dragging in too much places. although I did feel like it did take a while for me personally to get into. Like I thought the first few episodes were a bit all over the place. It wasn't like, it was a bit scattery. It wasn't. I thought it took a while for it to find its focus, but once it did, I was like, all right, cool, I'm here. Alex Cross, let's do this, man them. All right, cool. It was quite interesting how early they introduced or showed you who the villain was.
Yeah, but
So,
it's interesting because you say that, right? And it's like, it's one of those like, duh, of course that guy's probably going to be the piece of shit at the
yeah,
end. But
yes.
it's the way they went about doing it to the point where even at sometimes until they showed you what was actually happening, he was like, well, maybe he is just a suave, charismatic, rich Donnie.
It wasn't much of a mystery. Like the second, because I felt like there was two kind of storylines running concurrently alongside each other. So
Bruh,
the
that
second
one,
villain, if we could say that, that was a surprise. I didn't get that in the first few.
when you find out why said person was in that situation in the first place, you're like, well, hang on a minute. He's not the bad guy.
That just so
Not the
happened.
bad guy.
I thought that was cool. Especially as that was very much at the end. So it was like to still have that kind of
Still has
hey,
juice.
yeah, it's still kind of okay. There's still something here. There's still, like when you're scraping the jaw, and you're like, oh wait, there's still a bit. There's still.
It's the remainder of the cake mix.
Yeah. And it's like, bro, this. When someone's about to throw that away, and it's like, wait.
What are we doing? Yeah.
There's more. There's more to scrape.
Oh.
Someone else I thought was dodgy as well was the girlfriend for a hot minute. I thought,
Yeah.
I thought the girl that he was dating was. I had my eye on her.
Alex or his partner.
Alex.
Okay.
Girl that Alex was dating.
Yeah.
I side-eyed her for one or two moments. I'm not gonna lie. Another scene that was obviously very good because I've seen a lot of clips going on was the apology. The apology scene was a very good scene. That was one of them ones where it was like, my guy. And it's like, I thought they did that very well because it wasn't corny. It wasn't too emotional. It wasn't too bravado. They kind of just hit it like, yo, my guy, my bad. Like, I know, and I'm not even here for the right reasons. And it's like, listen, bro, you had me at motherfucker, bro. You hear me? It's like, you hear me, right? You hear me? All of that. That was when I knew my man was a snake. I was like, all right, cool. My bad. I called it wrong. I thought,
sorry for kind of like.
Especially because I see a couple things that I know Dr. Umar wouldn't approve of. I was like, I weren't too sure where my trust and loyalties were supposed to lie. But we was cool after that moment. We was good. You hear me?
You know. Sometimes you need to invite some people to the safari just to make sure that you know how to. You know what I mean?
Listen, I said, Dr. Umar might not approve of that. I ain't here to judge my guy. Do you? I'm just saying. When I saw that, I was like, and with my earlier, kind of takes, I was like, I weren't too sure.
Don't tease man with Rick Ross on the intro of the first episode. And then we get the show theme music for the other 7 episodes. Don't do
As you say that though, the soundtrack was sick though.
It was, but you gave me a false narrative. I thought it was going to be every day I'm hustling as the intro for every episode. But when it wasn't, I was like, yo, what we doing?
He ain't getting the license for all of that. You know what I mean? But I did think the soundtrack to the show was sick. Few of my dislikes, the apology at the end. I don't know how I felt about that. I was like, I don't really see cops apologizing to the victims. So why the one time when they get shown, it's got to be the man them as if we're to blame for all of this foolishness. I don't know how I felt about that. I don't know if I was looking too deeply into it, but I was like, I ain't never seen no therapy session one-on-one set up between a cop and a victim and the cops having to apologize or, just realizing where they've gone wrong, etc., etc. I'm like, I'm not mad at that being a thing, but why are we doing this now? I just felt like it was almost, and it's hard for me to say that because obviously the creator isn't exactly like a white guy, but I still felt away. I still felt away. I didn't know how to feel about it. I was like, the one time I'm seeing this, it's like, so what? We gotta take the L for this, man.
Yeah.
I don't know how
Okay,
to
I
feel
respect
about it.
that.
So I dislike that. The type of detective he was, I like that type of detective. I don't think he executed as well. Like I feel like he brought his own flair to Alex Cross. Like he brought his own flair. He was a very moody character, for obvious reasons. There was times, obviously, where he was with his family and he showed some sort of emotion, but he was a very dark character. Like we said at the beginning, it was all about how he dealt with the crime's logical mind and how he went about approaching it and looking a bit deeper. Now I'm not comparing it, but I almost felt I felt Idris done Luther better in getting that kind of dark detective across than they did here, if that makes
All right.
sense. Yeah, I'm saying?
Yeah. I respect
Especially
that.
with the villain that they had and how they were just trying to portray this very moody, dark character. Now he had a lot more emotion than Luther, so I'm not comparing the two characters at all. I just feel like, and I haven't read the book, so maybe it's very hard for me to say. So people in the comments, if you've read the book, let me know if this was a good portrayal of Alex Cross. But just from what I was getting, I felt like he maybe should have been a bit more just grittier.
Sleuthing.
Yeah,
All
a bit
right.
more
Okay.
more edgy.
But I think that might be because he's a family man. Do you know what I'm
Yes,
saying? 'Cause
yeah,
Luther, you
yeah.
see, don't
Luther didn't
Luther
have
solo,
a-
isn't it? Yeah,
No,
yeah,
you're
yeah. But
correct.
I hear you
I'm with
though.
that. I'm
Yeah.
with that. Chief Anderson, hated her. She that.
Oh yeah. Add that to my list as well. Yeah. I don't like it when little
And
boy.
the other cop, the black lady. Man, see her.
Hey.
See her.
Nah.
Yeah. She took a while.
You're
Like,
right,
saying,
I forgot about brother. I forgot about her. You know.
Yeah, little snake. Little snake.
Yeah.
Man.
And then she was like a superhero. The one time there was a little bit of friction. So
she didn't want to believe in the thing at first. She didn't want to believe. So you see her. You hear me?
fire for her, man.
But yeah, all in all, this was a very good it wasn't all peaches and cream. There was a few pitfalls and a few scene fillers that was just, all right, let's just go from here and just forget that. And
all right, let me ask you a question. That you said that, you brought up a point. Let me ask you, what was your take when she was trying to put it on Alex Cross and he was getting down with it and then he pulled back like, oh babes, I can't do this right now. I'm not ready for it. Like what was your take on that? Because me, I was like, brother, you better pin her to the wall. She's rowdy. What was your take on that?
She about to get that pound town, that pound town, and dig it. I don't even know what I'm saying, but yeah, but what he's been through, my guy, man, you know, he's going through a lot. He just lost what he lost, and his mind's not where his mind is. You know how it is when
if your mind ain't working, then that can't work.
You know what I'm saying, man. You know what I'm saying. When your mind's not there, and then you know what it is when you know you're not on your A game, and this is the first time you're about to chop, and you know you're not on your A game, bro. Like, come on. Sometimes, like, young boy, you would just go in, and then you'll have to talk about it later and say, oh yeah, there was that one time where it weren't even all that, like boom, like man bust off quick or boom. You hear me? But when you're a grown man and you know what time it is, like you gotta adjust the situation, and you just gotta make the excuses earlier than actually getting that far and then having to explain why I wasn't on my A game when I can just not turn up to the game. You know what I'm saying? And then you'll never know. And then I get another chance to. So I'm not mad at it. Sometimes you just gotta know. You gotta know when you're ready to step into the ring. If you're not ready, just go back and
go get a couple more rounds in, sparring rounds, and jump back in.
All right. Ratings.
I'm gonna give this. You know what? I'm gonna give this an 8 out of 10 TVs.
Okay.
I was gonna go with a 9, but I remember the sister that was part of the police department. She pissed me off. So I'm taking a point off of that. And I feel like I would have enjoyed this way more. Even though I enjoyed it, I would have enjoyed it way more if I had the couple days break to think about certain things and and then watch.
Wait,
So
wait,
yeah,
wait. You could have did that though.
yeah, that's true. All right. Well, that being said, that being said, I'm gonna give it my
You're like, you
original,
didn't
my
have to binge
original.
it just because it was there. Like you didn't have to binge
No,
it.
and that's the thing. I didn't binge it. You know, I think I watched like 2 episodes every other day. But no, the valid point. That's on me. So I'm gonna go with my original score. I'm getting it 9 out of 10.
Okay, that's impressive. See, I was gonna give it a 7,
Yeah.
but then I'll give it an 8 because I did enjoy it. I thought it ended well. Like I said, it was good to see the representation of this two strong black characters that weren't idiot boys.
Nah.
That was
When it was
good.
time to pull up, our guy pulled up. He didn't even
Yeah.
ask Alex what for. He was just like, "Yo, just send me the location. I'm pulling up with the lanes and what? Yeah,
Yeah, definitely, definitely a watch it from us. Definitely
So
a watch.
watch it.
Yeah. So another good review in the bag. Like
Yep.
people go and check that one out. Quickly, do you have any recommendations?
Recommendations. You know what? Yeah, let's take it back because we're coming up to winding down for Christmas, and you obviously, if you're doing it the right way, you should be stacking up stuff to watch over the Christmas period. So you know what I'm gonna give you guys to watch. Spoiler alert! It's a bona fide hit. Go watch that X-Men '97. How about that?
Okay.
Thank me later.
Fair enough.
Go watch that.
Fair enough. I just watched a horror the other day called The Oddity. That was different.
Oh, okay.
That was
Yeah.
okay. If you're a horror person, check that one out. That was cool. That was
Nice.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's about it, I believe.
Any black people survived or?
I think the better question is, are there any black people in it? People, go and check out The Oddity and let me know if you spot any.
And shadows don't count. Okay?
Yeah, no, shadows don't count.
Shadows
No
don't
black cats.
count.
They have to be human. Have to be human. Yeah, and let me know if you see any. People, it's been another good episode. Thank you for joining us. We'll be back. Keep a lookout. Like, comment, share, press the notification, all of that good stuff. You already know what time it is. There we go.